Okay, we are live. So yeah, hello folks. Good morning. I hope everyone's doing great. So yeah, thank you for being here on a Saturday morning. And yeah, I know that it's going on. Weekends is on, and you have some plans and everything. But still, you are here, and we are as excited as you are to host this session and just make this amazing session available for you. Hackathon season is going on, and there are a lot of things that you need to learn. Like you can get to learn from these amazing judges, mentors, organizers, and hackers as well. So yeah, there you are. Let's start with the session, and yeah, let me introduce the speakers. So we do have some amazing speakers over here. There's Jatin, organizer at Hack the League. Yeah, and then there's Chhavi, who's a AR and AR mentor and doing great stuff in AR domain, I'll say. Then there's Mrunank, who's also a mentor as well as a hacker and having an experience in hackathons and also doing great in community. So yeah, I would like to let the speakers introduce themselves to better get an understanding to the later use later today's attendees know better about the speakers. Yeah, please.
Jatin.
Jatin, yeah.
I think we could start with Chhavi.
Okay, fine. Hi everyone, this is Chavi, and I am very much glad that Mrunank called me for this very sweet and amazing session for the hackathons. And talking about me, I'm currently the program consultant and also the AR trainer for the 1M1B organization, where I'm working on the part of training students and faculties all over India for the augmented reality part, which is in collaboration with the ICT and Meta. That's really great. And but yeah, like previously, it has been a great experience for me, working around Microsoft Azure developer community and also the Meta Spark community for their hackathons and for their events and so on. So yeah, that's pretty much about me. Yeah, Jatin, we can go with you now.
Thank you so much. I mean, alphabetical order is the best. Hey everyone, I think you might be seeing me for the second time. I remember doing something in April as well, where we talked all about personal branding. I am Jatin Pandya. I am right now one of the founding organizers of Hack the League Hackathon. You might have already heard about it in Pune. We have done a lot there. Um, Apart from it, I'm also leading developer and platform partnerships for UK and Ireland region at Zeev.io. I used to be, a global developer relations manager. Now I mostly work in the product partnerships area. Hackathons has always been a key part of where I come from and from wherever I have learned making friends and everything. So yeah, happy to be back for the one of the best communities I have known in India. Go Trek Brewers.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I am Mrunank Pawar. I am founder and lead of Club TechBrewers community. Currently, I am a master's in CS student at Santa Clara University based in California, USA. And I have been recognized as MLS Top 50 Hackers for 2023. I have been into AR, and also one of the key things I am interested about is hackathons and communities. I started this journey back 4 years ago, and still right now I am connected with many communities and hackathons, some of the best hackathons, Hack the League, Hack This Wall, Hack the Mountains. So yeah, let's deep dive into what hackathons are, and we will have some questions tuned for us, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely it's gonna be amazing. So yeah, let's start. So my first question is for Jatin, as being an organizer. So what do you think that the key aspects of organizing a hackathon should be?
I knew that you would start with me. I was getting a good feeling. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so look, I think hackathons has been a very generalized terminology nowadays. Back in 2018, 2019, anything before COVID, hackathons was a big thing. Not anyone can pull off. But nowadays, the amount of hackathons is like, पत्थर मारो hackathon पे गिरेगा हर 2-3 हफ्ते में एक बार. And I am, since the year is starting, I am getting at least 4 to 5 hackathon brochures per one or 2 days. So that is showing how much hackathons. If I just say in 2024 how many hackathon sponsorship brochures I have got on my mail, it will cross the mark of 50. So that is the situation right now. I mean, yeah, we have bear market and everything, right? But it's not like college or regional hackathons do care about that. They just want to do stuff. It's fun for them, which connects to my answer. Hackathons has been never a source of money for a lot of people. Yeah, people and organizations started coming in and privatizing it, but for me, I have always seen hackathons in pre-COVID way, that students are coming together, trying to assemble opportunities that are segregated in multiple segments, giving them the name of tracks, asking companies who are associated with this particular segments of the tech to give more opportunities for students who are good in it. And how you see that? By giving them a problem statement and see how it works, right? So that for me has will be, not it has been, but it also will be the basic definition of a hackathon. It should never be defined by, you know we are the biggest, we are the largest, we are the best. Nowadays it's very easy to see we are the biggest in XYZ reason, we are the largest, we are the most. I mean, for a hackathon it should not be about that. Whenever if you see Siddharth talking about hack this wall, he always says that we are a hackathon focusing on the most amount of impact that we can get in the community, right? Whenever I talk about hack the league, I never talk about, like, even though I have enough base to say that, yeah, we are the second, biggest Web3 hackathon, because we had like more than 60% Web3 projects in last time chapter. It was a Web3 centric, but I always say that we're one of the hackathons who is focusing a lot on impact. And I think that's the definition of a hackathon should be, because you can always get new mentors in in the community. Everyone has becoming an influencer nowadays. You can always get a new judge with Ks and millions of followers, but you can never get as quality of a hacker as you can get if you do the right kind of promotions. There is someone studying in a small college, I don't know, in Nagpur, who is capable of building the next biggest AR/VR thing, and he may not get the opportunity to show it because he doesn't know that Mrunank and Chhavi is doing one of the best AR/VR hackathons in India, right? So I think that's, for me, has been always been the key points about hackathon. There will always be pain points. You have sponsorship, raising money. Right now, it's the peak of bear market, and as a hackathon organizer, whose next chapter 3 is coming, I have hacked the league. And honestly, I think because of my experience and my connections, I'm not that struggling with sponsorship, but still it's a bear market, and I'm seeing patterns developing where we might not even get even more than 80% of the hackathons. That's what I have predicted after this whole month, that more than 80% of the hackathons might have to delay themselves, or you know half a portion would have to cancel themselves because of lack of money and funding, because that's it. So there's always will be some pain points and challenges, but I think it should not stop someone to do a hackathon. It can be a 20 people hackathon in a small place where people are building with passion. Like you can say hacker houses, that's what people are calling it. And I think you can always do whatever you want to do. I might even do a hack the lake hacker house with just 30 people, 30 teams in a small room where I have to raise only a lakh rupees or 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh rupees or something, and I can generate some good quality projects. I'm sorry for taking too much time if I've did, but that's what I feel about it. You're on
No,
mute.
that
Yeah.
was like a really great. Yeah. Uh, so thank you so much for sharing that. Like that's really descriptive answer. I will say that that was really genuine. We got to know about the situation right now, like how's it's been to like organize a hackathon nowadays, and yeah, I so yeah, my next question is for Chavi. So you have been mentoring in the AR world and doing some great stuff in the AR. So I would like to ask you that, like, what do you think that there are like key roles and responsibilities of a mentor in any kind of domain? Like even like consider a hackathon, or like even you are mentoring some folks. So what do you think that your key roles and responsibilities should be as an hacker?
I would just say that in my case, I have understood one thing, that even if you are talking about a student who has just like joined the college, or you're talking about a student who, like, there are some extraordinary students that we know, right, and who are like pushing off their limits in their third and fourth year, and there are even professionals with like 3 to 4 years of experience and still juggling what to do in life. Okay, so I have understood this one thing, that when it comes to these communities and hackathons, we actually cater all these three verticals, like people from these three verticals, and that time we actually understand more about it, like what they actually want to do, and how they are pursuing, and the struggles that they are also going on at the same time. And if I specifically talk about the augmented reality part, it's Mrunank better knows it with along with me, that this particular field, like when I'm talking about the specifically emerging technology, not actually just the augmented reality part, people juggle a lot because they don't know, they are so much confused with the pathways and so many things. So that time they juggle a lot, that what to do, what not to do. And when I talk about emerging technologies, yes, web3 also comes into the picture, the blockchain also comes into the picture, that yes, they are confused what to do, what sort of projects they should go for, and uh, what could be the perfect guidance that they can ask for from, again, what sort of professionals. So yeah, that goes.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's hard to like understand this, and getting started with it is the toughest part, I guess. So yeah. So
Mm.
as we know now the mentor's perspective of this, so I would like to get to know about the hacker's perspective of like attending a hackathon or attending any kind of I'll say challenge. So yeah, Mrunang, can you please shed some light on that?
Yeah, sure. So, like I attended my first hackathon in 2020, which was Winter Hack Olympics by Major League Hacking. So MLS does amazing hackathons, and I have been part of various hackathons since then. If I have to count, I have attended more than 20 plus hackathons. Although all of those were virtual because of the COVID and other things. But recently, I had an opportunity to attend one of the in-person hackathons at Stanford University. So it was a XR focused hackathon, and we visited there. So, what happens is when it's your first hackathon, don't just like it's kind of suggestion from me. What happens is when a person attends their first hackathon, we get overwhelmed by the type of submissions that the hackathon gets. People are using APIs, there are fancy projects that we can't even think of, which can be built within 48 hours or 36 hours. So it's your start, it's your first hackathon. Take the time of at least first 2 to 3 hackathons to understand what hackathons are. I have been participating in hackathons with Vaibhav as well, and we know that what happens when the hackathon deadline is approaching us. We either miss the GitHub link, we have to shoot the demo video, upload it to YouTube. It can't be done in that thing. So there are a lot of things to learn from the hackathon, from the hacker perspective. You get to learn the time management, project management, how much time you have to dedicate to a particular thing, how much time is required for shooting a demo video, preparing the GitHub repo, because it's not just uploading all the files on GitHub and just adding that link. You have to take care of the readme, you have to beautify that, you have to make submission on dev post or the particular platform as well. So understanding all those aspects, plus the biggest thing or the biggest takeaway from a hackathon is networking with people. You get to connect with, like, I was at Stanford and we had participants from Stanford University. We had judges and mentors, those who are working right now at Apple, Meta, uh, research professors at Stanford University. So you get a chance to network with these people, which is like which might not have been possible for me to connect with those people by just visiting them. We were at a hackathon. They came to our place, and also hackathons are a welcoming place, I can say. As far as I have experienced, they don't discriminate you like, okay, you are a beginner, I won't work with you, or it's not that kind of thing. Everyone is welcoming. They say, okay, you can join our team, we can learn together, and then you get to connect with them, plus you get a clear understanding of how they are thinking to solve a particular problem. It's everyone has their different perspectives. I might solve a particular problem in different way, the other person might solve it in different way. So you get to share a lot of things. And yeah, I guess networking with people, like sum it up, networking with people, then learning new things. You can learn a new tech stack in that 36 or 48 hours. If it's a week long hackathon, month long hackathon, you just gain immerse, like, you just immerse into that new tech stack and learn a lot of things just to build that single project. You learn time management, plus you learn I used StreamYard for the first time when I was shooting a demo video, and right now we are live streaming from StreamYard. So you learn a lot of about new tools, so a lot of things. So I would just suggest that do join hackathons, uh, try to participate. There's nothing to lose. It's free of cost. Just register for it, attend it. You will get a lot of benefits.
Yeah, definitely. I can feel that we had an amazing experience from these hackathons, like how we started. I still remember our first hackathon, like that was Hack the Mountains. And like we didn't even have an idea what to build in it and how to get started with it. And like it was very new experience for us. We definitely, even though didn't knew how to record a video, and we were like searching different kind of tools and stuff, like how we can even record a video for the hackathon. And like yeah, it was really amazing experience if you consider there were a lot of things that we learned from it. And beginning as a, like starting it as a hacker, like we would say it's always a must to go for, like if you're attending a hackathon, if you're trying to grow into hackathon culture and everything, I would must say that you should start attending or participating in hackathon first. So yeah, it was really amazing. I think we do have some questions in the comment section as well. Uh, yeah. So being a mentor for the first time after being a hacker, how can we give back to the community or contribute in the hackathon and learn at the same time? Yeah. So I guess yeah, Chavi can answer that a little bit.
Sure. Talking about this, so what happens? Like, this happens with all the mentors, especially like you. So everyone like start with being a hacker, and then apparently we go as a mentor, and it's a drastic change for all of us. Why? Because that time like we are with so many thoughts. One, we really don't want to give any sort of bad advice, okay, any sort of wrong advice. Second thing which goes in our mind is we sometimes think that, can I also join and help, can I also join and do the project making part for you? So a lot of things comes into the picture, and a lot of ideas you juggle with, because you are mentoring like so many teams at the same time. So at that time, I personally feel like how you can get the best benefit out of it and how you can contribute is, one, please share it on the social media. I always recommend this, that what was the struggle and what were the things that you actually learned from being the mentor. Why? Because everyone would just share that, okay, hi everyone, I was excited that I was the mentor, but no one actually shares the struggle. Okay. Second thing, that always when it comes to the benefits and when it comes to this part, the community part, I must say that being a mentor is like networking with so many people, so many students, so many professionals at the same time. So please try to hold that network. Okay. Many a times what happens, we actually lose that network. We don't text them. We just leave the groups or the Discord servers. But I personally feel like, don't leave it. Just hold it. You never know that in the future the team that you would be mentoring would be the team in which you would be hacking in some hackathon later part. So anything can happen. So just be in touch with the people. Don't lose that network after like 10 or 2 days, 10 or 20 days of your hackathon. That's the point.
Yeah, really, like I also remember last time I was also mentoring during this Hack the Mountains, I guess fourth season. So it was like also drastic change for me as well, like transitioning for a hacker to mentor. And we do have some great doubts during that, and I was able to solve some. Yeah, it was amazing experience as well. Also, there's some another questions we do have in it. From okay, so what are the prerequisites of being a good mentor other than having skills and relatable tech stacks for a project? Okay, so Mrunank, you had some recent experience of mentoring as well. Yeah, so I would say, can you
Yes,
please answer that?
sure. So I would mention that there are no certain prerequisites. What are the prerequisites of being a good mentor other than having skills and relatable tech stack for a project? There are no certain prerequisites, but you should have a experience of and knowing what a hacker does throughout the hackathon process. You should know in and out of a hackathon, like what are the deadlines, what are the rules for the hackathon. So if you have previous experience as a hacker in the hackathon, the more the hackathons you have attended, the more experience you get, because each and every hackathon is different in its own way. So I would suggest that understanding the basic principle, every hackathon has different aim as well. So understanding that aim, why are they building it? There are various tech stack focused hackathons. There might be a Web3 hackathon, there might be AR focused hackathon. So you need to understand that the solution that the hackers might be building. Plus, you have to understand there won't be all the seasoned professionals participating into hackathon, but there will be new ones as well. So you have to take care of how to interact with them so that they don't feel overwhelmed, that they say that, okay, I won't be participating in hackathons anymore, this was the worst experience. Or you have to take care of that experience as well, because you are playing a key role in their project. If they get bad mentorship, or if they are getting troubled because of a mentor in the project and they get disturbed mentally, they are firstly initially having less sleep, surviving on less sleep, and then they are receiving some comments, then it would be a horrible experience for them. So rather
Exactly,
than the
and
skills,
also it's very important to be at least joyful and fun for and I'm pretty much sure Jatin will also agree to that point. like being the mentor or the organizer, that time you should have that energy to like pump up the uh, teams, that okay fine, stay awake and do make the projects in the best way.
I agree to that. I mean, believe me, when you are a hacker, you always have a full control of what you want to do in a hackathon. But if you are organizer or a mentor, you don't have that. Even as a mentor, you might be tired. You might want to get a sleep, but you also know that someone will come and wake you up. That we have a doubt in this, and as a mentor, you know that you signed up for this is only to support the people in the project section. So it's not like you can be like, "Hey, मेरे को सोने दे," you know. You have to get back up. You have to just solve it out, right? So I think, and as a hackathon organizer, I remember in last Hack the League, I was so tired. I mean, if someone would have just given me a blanket and a good pillow, I would have been like, stage इतना बड़ा है, कोने में सोफा रखा है, let's just go with it. I remember my entire team was forcing me to sleep, 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 and I was like, no, सब सो जाओ, end में मैं सोऊंगा. तो मैं like I just went for like 10-15 minutes in early in the morning, just like half an hour before the closing ceremony, so that I can be at least look fresh even if I'm not. So that's a pressure. But I think people should also know how they can be better towards the mentors by knowing that they are also humans. They are also a part of the hacker group as well, right? At least have the empathy towards them. Let have your own रात के 12 बजे, or like, I don't know, very unrealistic time, I guess, 1 a.m. in the night, 2 a.m. in the night. Do not come to a mentor, yaar. Matlab, right? Basically, you have a mentoring time. You have what every hackathon gives 1 or 2 hours of mentoring time, where mentor is dedicated. They do rounds and all, and you do generally have at least two of the mentoring rounds, right? One very late in the night. There is always one late night mentoring round where you can ask all the questions, and there is always one early morning mentoring round before the closing ceremony. So organizers do take care of that. But between that and going to 1 a.m., 2 a.m. and go a mentor and be like, hey, just help us out in a doubt. I mean, that's not a humane behavior, right? I think when we think about how mentors can be better to participants, I think it should be a vice versa thing. How participants should also be more empathetic towards mentors, because they were also once a hacker only. So
Now
that's,
I'm thinking that how would Mrunak's recent hackathon would have been. Were you a good participant to the mentors or not?
I was very good. I wasn't disturbing anyone. I was building my project. Actually the hackathon was well organized because what they did was mentors were continuously roaming around the tables, and at night a few of the hackers also went to their places, and that's the reason there were no mentors. What they did was the another day, because the hackathon started at in the evening or at the night time around 8 p.m. So on the next day, the mentors and judges both were present there. So what happened was the students or the hackers had the access to mentors and judges for the entire day. So they just used to build those suggestions at the night time, and then on the next day again the mentors and judges were there. So the mentors weren't there in the place itself. So where would I go to trouble them?
Yeah, definitely. Uh, so I guess there's another question related to the contributions of a hackathon, building a strong and supportive tech community. So I guess Jatin can answer it better.
I was coincidentally just thinking, this is the first time someone asked how a hackathon can support the technical community. In a simple language, better than your tech influencers on Twitter and Instagram. In a very bigger, more descriptive terms, so hackathons are a tech community. you know you have, so I'm gonna be very nostalgic about it. I remember going way back before COVID. I think, Brunank, you might relate very hard to it. There were hardly any tech communities. You always have like one or two tech communities, being very proactive, doing things that actually matter to people. You always have some other corporate communities doing things that nobody cares about, but then you have some good communities who are actually trying to do something, you know not try to earn their way out of the terminal community, right? And then you have hackathons that assembles, like it's like an Avengers event, that assembles every community in the region, so that everyone's audience can come together and build together, right? So a hackathon is not a way to contribute towards a strong and supportive tech community. Hackathons are more of a catalyst to build a strong and supportive tech community. You people say that tech community is growing because of the influencers nowadays, and because they make reels and YouTube short. I mean, look, I'm not gonna pass any controversial content. It's just that I always believe that there was a origin story of all these people, but you can never backtrack the origin story of a hackathon. If you want to, you can go back way back when Facebook was in their early years, and they came up with an idea so that after the working hours, and everyone will come together in a single place. They will get some problem statements regarding the new features that Mark and the other team members, I think the one who built Quora, he came up also with this idea. They will build together, or they will solve bugs. It's an open thing that you want to do everything to contribute to the Facebook ecosystem. And you will get pizzas, you will get free beer. And because it took so much fun and it went all over the night, it was supposed to be a overnight hackathon. you know if any one of you have seen the social network, you know, even Mark Zuckerberg hired their interns by doing a overnight hackathon, right? Giving them problem statements, and every time they solve a code, they have to drink a shot. So they're like short, 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 solve, and the first one to solve all the problems, and everyone has to drink a shot. And I think that's also a way. So it's gonna go way back, you know where influencers and everything, they come out of, when you see that you can make money out of making people, unbox a t-shirt. Simple as that. So, for me, hackathons are, how does a hackathon contribute to making a tech community? By being the catalyst of building a tech community itself. It's like asking how Iron Man has contributed to building Avengers. Yeah, he's not the Avengers, but he is the catalyst of bringing the Avengers in the first place. So that's what hackathons are. It's, you have multiple communities. You might see Hack the League doing something else in one place. You might see Hack this Fall doing meetup in another place. You might see Tech Brewers doing something else in something else somewhere else, right? But a hackathon brings all of them together at a single place. So you have Mrunank from Tech Brewers community, who's a community partner of Hack this Fall, joining Hack this Wall hackathon as a mentor, and then me as another hackathon being a community partner of this hackathon, joining as might be a sponsor or a hackathon, right? It's a movement where you assemble all the small elements together. So that is what a hackathon is. It's a catalyst, not a process or a way to contribute, right? That's I think my thoughts on it. I mean, I may be wrong, but yeah, that's what I feel about it.
No, like definitely, I also think that you have given a very personal as well as a genuine opinion of yours, and yeah, I really appreciate that, Jatin, because we can see that Hack the League itself standing as an example of this question. So I guess that's really amazing from your side to share this one. So my next question for Chavi. So, like, what do you like? What kind of advice we would like to give to the teams or like participants of a hackathon, like when they are presenting their projects to the panel? So, what are the things they should consider, or better to be prepared before presenting the projects to the panel?
Okay, there are a few points. I will just sum it up in this way. One is before going to the presentation and after going to the presentation. So before going to the presentation, please work on a very sweet, simple, clean deck. please do that, because what happens if your deck would be very much messy, so much colorful, honestly judges won't like that much. So please make it simple. People like simplicity so badly, so please make it simple, less content, pointers, keep it pointers, don't mess it up with so many wordings. Because I have seen especially the beginner students, what they does, they put all the content there, the paragraphs. And especially after chat gpt, what should I say, like, okay, copy the chat gpt part, and the content, I hope you are doing well, blah 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 blah. So please don't do that. One second, before again the presentation, have a clear picture that who would answer what question. And because that is the most important, see, for example, if you're having a team of 4 people, then everything should be divided in each one of you. Because many a times I have given less points to a team who is the best, but still there was no team coordination, no team like spirit that I have seen. That's why I have personally given the less marks to various teams because of that. Because if that's the whole point, if the topper is completing the project and the other 3 people are taking up the credits, so that's not going to happen. Okay, not even in the hackathon. Okay, so that's not going to happen. After so that's just the pre-presentation thing. During the presentation, maintain the eye contact, try to understand the questions that the judges are asking. If you're not able to understand, ask them to explain. No worries, be feel free to answer it in any language you want to. It's not compulsory to be to be it in english only. Ask them that can I switch my language if you're not comfortable. Don't hesitate, it's your first time, just simply speak it up. It's my first time, can I just present it in english, like english and hindi mix. They would agree, but don't mess it up just because you are quite nervous. Don't mess it up because you're not that much comfortable with that language. Don't mess it up because you're not able to have that eye contact. That's the whole point. Because you are the best with your project, but if you are not best with your body language and your communication skills, your speaking skills, people won't be able to give you the best remarks and the something that you actually I would say deserve. So yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, coordination and equal contribution, as well as the like better communication. These three C's I consider like stands out very well if you present in this way to the panel and can really create an impact on our like. So yeah, so my next question is to Mrunank. So you have also like I guess you have been a judge in Hack the Mountains hackathon recently. So what like how do you evaluate the projects, or like what kind of things that you consider while evaluating the projects and everything, so that the like you think basic criteria for that.
Yeah, so a lot of hackathons provide the judge sheet itself, or they have the criteria mentioned on their dev post page or anywhere on their website, that what are the 5 things or the 4 things that they are taking care of. But most of the common are, is your project feasible to build if it's an idea? So is it feasible to build it actually, or it's just a superficial idea, right? So feasibility is one of the points. Then there is a presentation. If it's an in-person, then the judge simply judges you based on how you present your idea. Or if it's an online, then you have the demo video. And even in the demo video, as Chhavi rightly mentioned, there happens that only one person is talking about the entire project. The other person is just being a tile on that screen. So we don't want that, because it seems that only one person is knowing about the entire project and they have built it, and the other might have contributed, but they didn't speak. How will we know? We can't always, like, many of judges see at the GitHub repo, we have the contribution graph, that is the contribution equal by each and every participant. But it's not feasible for judges as well, because they have a lot of projects to check and they have the deadline as well. to put in hand in all the submissions. So teamwork is one of the thing, presentation, then feasibility, creativity, how you are trying to solve the problem. Did it all, are you just implementing it on top of something, or you are proposing an entirely unique solution? So uniqueness is also one of the key points, I might say, because if there is an issue, and also one of the most important thing, like when I am participating in a hackathon, I personally try to solve an issue that has been that I have came across sometime in my life, because it's more important, because you are trying to solve a real world issue that other people also might have faced. So making sure that it's actually impacting masses and not just a project that is already there in the market and you're just building a solution on top of that. So these are few points that are important to take care of while submitting the project. Jatin, you can add on some points, Chavi.
I think both of your points regarding what you have faced as a judge were good. Whereas I agree with both of them. Whether it's solving something which is very personal, or how Chavi talked about making sure that everything is well managed even when you are giving the presentation or even before the presentation. The only thing that I would add is, whenever you are giving a presentation, don't feel like it's like a load over, like just went out of your chest. Many people I have seen, they come at the end of hackathon, just give the presentation, let's just be done with it so that we can rest now. And nowadays it has becoming a trend to participate in a hackathon just to look cool on Instagram or on Twitter if you need followers. I mean, if you are genuinely building something, even if out of 4 or 5 people team, at least one person is genuinely building something. I have never in my life judged any tech project based on just how good the project is. I've always seen how actually close to the problem those people are, how much they can relate to the problem. Because many a times you can get a good project, like really good project, but the people, they are like, yeah, we just knew that it is one of the popular problem statements, so we build our own take on this. This will not go far. Right. As a judge, I think it's also not a choice, but it's a responsibility, you know, to make sure that you spot the right people as well as the right project. Right project can be anything, but right people is the hardest part. I think both of you might relate, right? You can always see a good project, but you can never get all the good people. And I think that's what I say. Be a good owner of the product. Be passionate about what you have built. Even if you are tired as dead, you should know that you are passionate about this problem, that's why you have built it. So I think judges are no fool. The people always say that, judges are also just like random people seeing things. They are judges because they have went through a lot of experiences. They see cut through every bullshit. They know that this guy, if that particular person, whatever it is, I cover everyone in it. Are they passionate about what they have done? A judge is no fool. You should always know that judge will see right through all of us. So we don't just have to build, but we have to show that we are passionate about what we have done. Because only a small part will be about what kind of thing that you have built, but a big part will be about how judge feel about you as a team building something. That's what I think. I just want to add to this. Else everything is covered by both of them.
Exactly, and I just want to add one little point to that. That I really like the way Jatin said that judges are not fool, and also when it comes to the duplicacy. So we are not at all fool when it comes to the duplicacy as well. We know we have been seeing the projects because again, see, that's the whole point, right? We have been a hacker, so we have been a student, then we have been a hacker, then we are being a mentor, then we are being a judge. So it's a journey. So we know what are the things that you can do and what are the things we have done in our times. So that is the one thing that I really like laugh on when I see people doing the duplicacy part and saying No, no, we made it. Nah, that's not the we made it. That's
Then they will
the
give Ola Uber example.
exactly why exactly. This is not at all taken from any sort of like GitHub repo. No, no, no. We made it. I'm like, ha.
Inspired,
I can see it.
inspired.
Exactly, exactly. That's so true. So that's the whole point that I feel so like so it's such a fun thing that they feel that okay, they can duplicate the project, or they can just steal someone else's ideas and say, because many a time this also happens that like teams come up with the same ideas. That is also one thing which is very like problematic things many a time, because then they are having a conflict that okay, I am also have like team A and team B is having the same idea. Now what's now how can they be better from each other? So in all those cases, I just say one thing, that please be particular about the things that you're doing. Again, the mentors and judges are the people who have been through your place, and then only have been chosen to be the mentor or the judge for that particular hackathon. So it's been like hackathon's experience we are putting up here, and yes, we know what are you up to.
So just a tip to all those who might be participating in hackathons. When you are doing a submission, recheck what things you have submitted. A lot of times the GitHub repo that you are trying to share is just your GitHub profile URL, or the demo video that you are submitting is on mute. So make sure that the demo video that you are submitting is correctly audible and all the other things, because it becomes really difficult to judge those kind of projects, because we can't hear your audio, just the cursor is moving on your demo. And also it's difficult to find out your GitHub repo from your profile. So make sure that you recheck your submission before actually submitting it to a hackathon.
If you have to put a
Yeah,
funny way or a funny angle to it, there is always uh so I am not about the repo angle, but it is more like people try to become the Bhavesh Agarwal building Ola to Uber, but they always end up being the random guy on Twitter building a Netflix clone. Just funny way to say it. That's how judges see it.
Huh. Because we can't actually judge. What can we judge from that? We can't hear the audio. Like, not to troll, but it's a thing that you can like put it on a checklist, that before submitting a project I have to check these things. The URL is working well of the project live demo, the GitHub repo, and the demo video, because these are the parameters on which your project is getting judged.
Exactly. And if at any place, if there is any drive link, I really love it when people just copy it from this like upper side, and they just don't share the view link. I'm like, then why are you sharing it with me if I
That's the
have to remove
biggest
it?
that's the biggest pain point for me. I've always seen it. People are
Exactly.
like drive link डाल के there is no view access, and many a times there are drive links of a folder which is just empty, and I'm like, am I supposed to like type the code and give you a project for submission of my judges a review? you know and the best way I have seen people doing it is they have already prepared a GitHub repo where the project is hosted, and the last when so we know that the raw link can be changed if you make changes. So in the last, they upload a video in their own GitHub repo, and then they share that link to us, because now the judge can find that video totally unhindered in the main repo where the project is present. So we, as a judge, you can see that someone has used their brain. Even if you don't know, or then there are like very high intellect people who will upload the video but keep it on private without knowing that to share a link, you have to at least make it unlisted to someone else to see it in the link. If it is private, then it's not private. We can even request a access. We have to come and we will like, so Karimnat, you
Exactly.
can you give us access?
Exactly. Exactly. In that case, it's our fault that it's that we are not able to access it, and we are not able to give
Um,
them the marks.
Only if we have been God, then we could have done things better. But unfortunately, we are just judges.
yeah, absolutely. Even though, like, I guess they are really trying to be a hacker over there. making some jugards from here and there and trying to show off like, yeah, we did something in this, like during whatever 48 hours or timeline. But I think that you should always be prepared, like not like by seeing this like be prepared, I mean that you have to keep things together, like your ideation, like what you are going to build or anything. You can keep the idea prepared before the hackathon, but like build phase should be during the hackathon only. And if you are really trying to build something that came out of your mind, or like it is genuine and something unique that you think, then you can really try to build it off with anything, like basic front end skills. You do have some basic development skills. Even you can then refer to some YouTube tutorials. I'll say you can refer anything and try to build it, but don't copy it moreover. So you can refer something, but rather than copying it, you can build your own. So yeah, definitely that was experience of our own during some hackathons. Like we built something out of the box, try to, like, it was not a something that some great having really like full stack stuff or something. We do build some basic projects, but with unique ideation, and it has some components that are built on our own. So that's why we got some like we got really great opportunities, and we were able to win some of the hackathons. So yeah, I guess we went through really amazing scenarios over here, from like a hacker's perspective to a mentors, and then the judges perspectives. Also Jatin had really amazing things related to organizing a hackathon, and like how was the impact it makes on a community as well. So yeah, it's really amazing. And I guess we yeah, folks, if you even though having doubts related to hackathons and some any kind of thing related to communities, everything, you can reach out to our speakers, and yeah, make sure you can be prepared with your anything you want to ask them. So yeah, we can also please join our community. We are hosting such sessions and events, like it could be any kind of meetup or virtual sessions, and we are also really coming up with some great stuff. We have started our newsletter as well, so you can go to our website, or we will drop the link in comments as well. You can subscribe to our newsletter and get to know about this really amazing stuff happening in communities. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you Jatin, thank you Chhavi, and also thank you Mrunank for being here, giving your valuable time, sharing some amazing insights to the folks. It's really been I'll say it's really a great start to start a weekend. Yeah.
Thank you
So
so
see
much
you
for
folks.
calling us. Vaibhav, I just wanted to
Yeah.
add a small thing. There is just one question in the chat which is very good, where someone
Okay.
asked that do people still continue working on projects that they have built in the hackathons? I just want to say that in Web 2, I have not seen that, but in Web 3, there are, and the motivation behind is grants. So, if anyone in the Tech Brewers community who have joined this or will watch this, if you want to go to hackathons and build in Web 3, remember there is more than enough motivation to continue building the project, because people in Web 3 bend for grants. You can earn shit ton of money by building that project over a certain particular network or a protocol, because they give grants a lot. So just a heads up for anyone who will build after watching this video, do watch out for all the grants of any company who is in the hackathon present. Reach out to that person that I see you are from this company. Your company is giving grants to build on your protocol. We want to apply for that. And I think that is the best way to earn a lot of money via hackathons as well, in a fair way.
Yeah.
Also, I would
Just
like
Thank
to
you
just
Jatin for
add a
adding.
single point. Uh, we have made a project in first of our hackathon. Me and Weber were in the team, and we are right seriously till now, and we are working on that project. We want to build it. So if there is an idea that you think has is worth it, and you get a good team, then you can surely keep on building it. it's just a side project. You can work on weekends, and but yeah, people still do continue. It's totally up to you and your team whether to pursue that project or just drop it after that weekend or the weekly hackathon. So it's totally up to you. Yeah. Sorry for
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. I'll say ki, when you start with a hackathon, it's good to build some basic projects, get to know about the hackathons and getting the experience. But then after, you should also consider and like try to get more serious towards it, because if you are trying to build something, hackathon is the opportunity, or I'll say is the platform where you can start with. So you will also get some great mentors if you are having some doubt to kickstart the project. You can like grow it more and more, try to build it more and more up to the level you want, and it can really turn out to be a great project after all. So yeah, that's the thing as well. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining in, and it was really a pleasure to have you all over here. Thank you. So
Thank you so much for the invite.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye
Have a
bye.
good weekend,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye bye.
yeah, bye folks, and yeah, thank you all.